Okay, good morning, class. Before we will proceed to our topic for today about deductive approach in teaching grammar. So let's do a recap or a little review about what is inductive teaching. So I have here a video and please watch. I guess that's all. So let's proceed. This way. Let's wait, class. So okay, let's proceed to our to the lesson proper. So what is deductive approaches in teaching grammar? So deductive. It is a teacher-centered approach where teacher just teaches everything while the students just sit and listen. So the students' involvement is very less. So unlike from the inductive approach in teaching grammar, so it is a student-centered teaching approach in where the students is responsible to do the task or the what the teacher is given to them. So here in deductive approaches in teaching grammar, it is a teacher-centered approach where it's different from the inductive because it is the teacher's responsibility to teach the grammar in order to for the students to learn from him or from her. So this method is faster and more simple compared to inductive approach. So there are two main approaches to teaching grammar. It is the deductive approach and the inductive approach where where we have shown in the video. So a deductive approach is when the rule is presented and the language is produced based on the rule. So the teachers gives the rule and the students will make what is in the rule or follow what is in the rule. So in inductive, it is when the rule is inferred through some form of guided discovery. So the teacher gives the students a means to discover the rule for themselves. So it is in these two approaches, it is the collaborative effort of between the teacher and the students. So while in the deductive approach is more on it's more on teacher-centered approach. while an inductive approach is in student-centered. So, presentation, practice, and production (PPP). A deductive approach often fits into a lesson structure known as PPP. So presentation, practice, and production. So the teacher presents the target language and then gives students the opportunity to practice it through their control activities. So the final stage of the lesson gives the students the opportunity to practice the target language in prayer activities which bring another languages or language elements. So this PPP will help the teacher or the instructor to really give the lesson proper or to give the what is the grammar or what is the grammar rules, and the students will just cooperate and do the things and follow the rules given by the teacher. So in the classroom, the deductive approach may be suitable with lower level learners who need a clear base from which to begin with a new language item, or with learners who are accustomed to a more traditional approach, so who lack the training to find rules themselves. So when we talk about lower level learners, it is those who need to clarify things or need to clear things that what is in the rules. So here the responsibility of the teacher is present. So in deductive approach, it will help the students to really to really understand what is in the context of the teaching in grammar. So the advantages in deductive approach, it can be more effective for high level. So here it is more effective in the high level because the students are those who will listen just to learn, and it can be time saving because the teacher will make his or her her best to really give the lesson to the students. So many of the direct practice application of examples are immediately given. Yes. So many of rule aspects can be more simply or clearly explained because it is a teacher centered. So the teacher's responsibility is very productive. So the disadvantages is the students act is very well seldom to focus on the theory and less on practice because of the teacher centered is the lack of activities between the students' capabilities in just exploring things. So young learners may not be able to understand the concepts of deductive. So sometimes the explanation is difficult, seldom to be more memorable and materials. So here's English teacher teaching verb. So example is general to specific example practice. So was, where, I was, he was, she was, it was. So we were, you were, they were. So we have here example of deductive teaching. It is a teacher's teach everything and gives handouts to students. So here another example. The deductive teaching is teachers teach everything to the students need to give an example according to teacher's example. So here in the example, the teachers teach everything, give the student handouts. So in the deductive approach, the teacher's responsibility is very high. So what is the difference between inductive and deductive approach is from inductive approach it is a teacher centered it is a student centered, while here in deductive approach it is a teacher centered, which is very different. I guess that's all for today, class, and thank you and goodbye.